Republicans are considering cuts to Medicaid and Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, benefits to offset the cost of extending tax cuts for the wealthy and corporations. As the GOP prepares to take control of Congress, there are discussions about introducing strict work requirements and spending caps on these programs. The proposed changes aim to reduce the $4.6 trillion deficit projected from extending 2017 tax cuts. Despite research showing that work requirements do not effectively increase employment, Republicans see these changes as a way to save money. Critics like Representative Summer Lee argue that these cuts will harm vulnerable Americans to fund tax breaks for the rich. On the campaign trail earlier this year, Trump proposed reducing the corporate tax rate from 21 to 15%. That change would give the 100 largest U.S. corporations a combined tax cut of $48 billion a year. Last month, the Institute on Taxation and Economic Policy released an analysis showing that Trump's tax proposals would deliver annual tax cuts to the top 5% and tax hikes for the bottom 95%. President Joe Biden has urged world leaders to address worldwide hunger and poverty as global crises further worsen the challenges. Addressing the G20 summit in Brazil this week, the president said Washington has invested $160 billion in global development since he assumed office. Biden said global crises, including the COVID-19 pandemic, spiraling wars, and increasingly frequent climate disasters, mean that all nations must rise up to meet the challenges. Biden pointed in particular to the need for world leaders to raise private capital to meet the challenges. He said many nations are forced to choose between investment and repaying debts. The members of the G20 represent around 85% of the world's GDP, more than 75% of world trade, and approximately two-thirds of the world's population.